Hi, welcome to Coxnotes. As many of you know, I've decided to kind of dedicate the first few of these Coxnotes to some of my early memories and in particular, how those memories relate to the guns of my youth and some of the guns I've collected over the time, and primarily getting young people interested in shooting sports and stressing safety and responsibility with guns. And I'm not going to talk a lot about self-defense guns and those kind of things. I think that's been hit on pretty well. Uh, I'm not going to talk about the AR type rifles right now. And what I am going to talk about is some pretty special memories. And this happens to be Christmas Eve, 2017, in case you look at this a little later. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to relate some Christmas type stories. Anybody that has been around any length of time at all remembers the Christmas Story movie, which was narrated by Gene Shepard. And I had to kind of relate to that. I had a BB gun when I was very young, but I teased my mother a little bit about she never did buy me a BB gun for Christmas. And after that movie came out, it became kind of a joke and I rubbed her a little bit on it. I was teasing her, and without mentioning it, I did have a BB gun when I was youth, and Santa Claus brought it. Now, I have to give you a little bit of history. I grew up in Ouray, Colorado, and the Ouray Elks Lodge had a Santa Claus program, and Santa Claus visited every home that had a child in it on Christmas Eve and visited many of the senior citizens on Christmas Eve and brought each child a sack of goodies. It usually included an orange or popcorn ball and several pieces of candy. And all of us kids looked forward to that Christmas Eve when Santa Claus would come and knock on the door and come inside, and he'd stick around long enough to take a few pictures and those kind of things. So as I grew older, back in 2011, 6 years ago, I had been teasing my mother quite a bit about not getting a BB gun for Christmas. And so we were at her house in Ouray that Christmas Eve, and Santa Claus came. We had a lot of our grandchildren there, and a lot of her great grandchildren were there. And Santa Claus came to the door, and he had a few little gifts for each of the youngsters, and a little goodie bag, and then he called me over there. And as the movie goes, wow, there it was, the holy grail of Christmas gifts, the Red Ryder BB gun. Now the Red Ryder in the movie was a 200 shot. I was lucky on this one. It was the much bigger capacity than that old 200 shot. But I got a BB gun for Christmas that year. It's never been out of the box. To have Santa Claus actually bring it to the door made it even more special. And I didn't get to see him deliver the first one. But this gun will remain in the box for quite some time, I'm sure, and maybe I can pass it on. One thing is for sure, I now have an official Red Ryder carbine. This one happens to be the 70th anniversary edition. The box shows all the important information and includes the warnings that everybody has to put on things. Now it's got the insignia and the seal and all of that on it. Even the carbines tongs. And the warning includes uh, the warning that it may cause injury, especially or particularly to the eye. I thought that in a way a little bit humorous that that was in there. So with my new Elmer Fudd type hat, I welcome you all, or wish you all, hope you all had a Merry Christmas. And I hope that there's somebody out there that got a brand new Red Ryder BB gun this year. And I hope that he's got the mentors available to him or her to encourage him the safe use of that BB gun, using it responsibly, going out and having a little fun target shooting. The good thing about a BB gun is, you know, you can take it out in the backyard. My very first memories of a BB gun was one that belonged to my dad, and my grandfather was in ailing health at the time, very weak. But I would have him cock that BB gun, and he'd have to put the barrel down on the floor and really use a lot of effort to get it cocked. And then I'd go out back behind his house and shoot at a tin can. And then I'd come back in and he'd cock it again, and we'd go through this process several times. So those are really good memories that you never lose, and they are the gun draws those memories in. So have a good time. Uh, get a young person and teach them how to shoot and teach them how to be safe, and my job will be done. So this is Cox Notes. We'll get into some more serious stuff later after the first of the year. But for now, you have a good one.